Aaron, by the way, watches and hears everything. Not married, no kids, Green Bay, small town, can't go out publicly. Like one restaurant he goes to legendarily, he sits home and consumes a lot of what people say about him. This is not a guy with kids and a family, and Aaron's not overly close to his family. A lot of time consuming stuff about you, and it gets in your head, and you create these little minefields. So apparently Bill Cowherd, and I read the quotes, Cowherd said stuff like, he comes off kind of selfish. Nate Burleson said, it feels like it's a little bit about himself. These are not zany opinions. These are shared by almost everybody. Apparently a former teammate who knows him well, Jermichael Finley, went out and just basically said, he's not really committed. He doesn't look like he was committed against the Saints. These are not out of left field. A lot of people were saying a lot of things, and Nate Burleson and Bill Cowherd and Jermichael Finley, I don't know, they played the game at a pretty high level. So Aaron had a couple of comments firing back on the Pat McAfee show. We like Pat. Here's the first one.
What's crazy to me is to let one storyline, right, by a person who has no contact with me, has zero relationship, to that becomes some sort of like narrative that's out there that now I somehow don't care about ball because of my Zen attitude in the off season.
Yeah, Jermichael Finley actually did have a relationship with you, but you ghosted him like you do to many people. I've got 7 I counted this morning that have told me that, Aaron. If anybody's ever critical of Aaron, he ghosts them. He ignores them. Aaron likes relationships that he can control and that people just say nice things about him. Aaron's complaining about don't know me. Jermichael Finley knows you, and that's who you're talking about. Has no relationship with me. Well, that's because you won't have any relationship with anybody who pushes back. It's you and your Hollywood friends and people who suck up to you. By the way, you don't have a relationship with your family, Aaron, because they won't suck up to you. So this idea that Jermichael Finley's opinion has no credibility, he played in the NFL at a high level. He was a teammate. But I've had multiple people tell me that if you don't suck up to Aaron, he'll only go on shows where you just, you let him say what he wants to say. And that's fine. But let's not pretend that Jermichael Finley is a nobody, didn't play football, never played with you, because that's who you're addressing. You don't have a lot of relationships, Aaron. You don't have a lot of people outside of your little football teammates. Here's the second comment from Aaron Rodgers.
It's absolute horseshit to give a platform to people who have no idea what they're talking about as far as my mental state and, my focus, my work habits. People that have not been around me, they're not in my life, I don't have communication with them, or not in the locker room. I mean, that's just it's chicken. It's so ridiculous that people get a platform to do this, and it's the same type of people.
Your work habits, Aaron, they're well documented. You skipped all of your off-season program. You admitted that. You didn't work out with your receivers all year. Russell Wilson did. Brady did. These are public. These aren't reaches by Bill Cowherd or Jermichael Finley or Nate Burleson. These aren't reaches. This is all public. They commented on that. By the way, if these people don't deserve a platform, if these people don't know anything, why does it so deeply bother you? Why are you making these insignificant people so significant? Bruh, you're a public figure. Quarterbacks in America are royalty. You're a public figure. Well, these people that aren't qualified, Bill Cowherd, Nate Burleson, Jermichael Finley, aren't qualified? I don't know. You want a Super Bowl? Pretty good players. Again, I don't comment on bloggers. If I don't think people have really any access or insight, I don't comment on them. Why are you elevating people and simultaneously saying they have no credibility? Then why are you talking about them? It's so funny when I look at the NFL right now and quarterbacks. This is so beneath Tom Brady. Can you imagine Tom Brady weekly going out and whining and complaining and being this high maintenance? Like Brady Now with 7 Super Bowls when he won in Tampa, he's like the dad of all the quarterbacks. He like offers wisdom, keeps his cool. He's sort of above the fray. And Aaron, who can't get to any more Super Bowls, is the bratty kid that won't listen to dad and gets very defensive if anybody offers criticism. But I look at this situation now, and it's kind of, Aaron's kind of unraveling. He's in a really, really weird space that he spent the offseason demanding power. This is not my opinion. This we all know that. And yet he doesn't like the responsibility that comes with power, which is criticism. And then he spent the offseason talking about beautiful mysteries and the wisdom of silence, and he won't shut up. He's driving all this stuff. And I'll go back to it. Never married, no kids, not close with family, in a town he can't go outside that's cold and wet by mid-October. It's in his head. He's reading too much. This stuff is just insignificant. You're Aaron Rodgers. You're the reigning MVP. CBS, NBC, Fox, ESPN. They're not going to talk about you when you get blown out, when you won't work out. I mean, he's unraveling. And can you imagine Tom Brady wasting this kind of time? How small it would look to be bothered by a former tight end. By the way, Brady gets along, with his former teammates. He doesn't ghost them.